Hey guys, and how's it going? We're continuing on with this 76 Porsche 914 customized station wagon that we grabbed. It's probably about a month since the last video that we filmed. But between now and then, I did end up getting the fuel line set up done. That's where we left off. I put power to it and gas was just pissing out of everywhere. So, 10-12 feet of fuel line, about 16-20 hose clamps. Again, it's a pressurized system. It's not like it's a carbureted, so it's done with a better line and some better clamps. Had to cut off from the injectors, replacing the lines actually going to the injectors themselves. So all that's been taken care of, and I said it's a decent size setup of clamps. Let's put some power to it and see where the sprinkler system still has issues. Hopefully not, and then we can kind of go further from there. And again, our goal is to see if we can get this thing to run and what we have to work with. Yeah, I looked in the tank, and it's not pretty. I put it was pretty low. It was about a ½ inch on the bottom of it, and some crap on there too. But again, let's go turn the key. I want to see if we can get that fuel pump to sound like a little bit better, like it's actually priming and building some pressure. Do a little moisture check. Else, I see a little bit of wetness over here. I think we still have an issue. We got an issue going on this side over here. Buy a station wagon, they say. It'll be fun to work on. It's just, you got one arm to get down in there. Now I feel like someone who's handicapped, but they'd have to deal with, see all the wetness happening down there. Let's go pull that pump back. And hopefully it's just a clamp that I didn't tighten up good enough. I'm not sure though. Could have an injector. I wonder if that's staying open too, and then when I'm pressurizing it's filling right up and kicking out. It actually looks like it's leaking right through the injector, or where that green plug is. I pulled the wire off. It actually looks like it's coming right up out of the plug, so I think that injector itself has failed. It's filled up right inside there. Yeah. The line's not leaking. Both of them are doing it. That one's doing it too. That sucks. That means we need injectors to be able to figure out what's going on. The plastic housing must be busted or something. I don't have any of those. Now what do I do? Now what do we do? How about 2 pair of vice grips? I'll see if it'll just stop that side from leaking at least. I still see it dripping some, but again, we could feather some through the intake through there just to try to keep it so it'll run. Just kind of run it like it's a carburetor, not use a fuel injection. Ideally, that's what we wanted to go. I'm going to call around to some friends, see if they have anything laying around. I don't want to start throwing a bunch of money at this with not knowing what condition stuff is in, because that's how you just burn money away. Yeah, I don't know how much they are. I say if they're 50 bucks a piece, it's 200 bucks right there just for injectors for something you don't even know if it's any good. So I'll see if somebody has some used ones, we can go throw them in, but I'm going to keep moving forward for now. I have the distributor out of the 70 VW Fastback that is fuel injected, which should be the same as the one that is in here. We're going to go find out. Yeah, so this is that distributor that's out of the 70 fastback that's fuel injected. And what it has compared to a regular distributor is it has an upper and a lower set of points. Upper is for the plugs for fire coming out of those, and the lower section runs the fuel injection, which is that plug going right there. Whether it's the correct one or not, I'm not sure, but we're going to go throw that in there. I probably am not going to be able to film you because that is the hole I'm trying to work in, one-armed. Wish me luck, and I'll bring you back. Let's see if you can see if that is turning for us. That's the drive for the distributor. It seems like it's just sitting up in the air a lot. So there you go. That's an issue. So the drive is pulled up and out. I don't know if we can get it. Might be able to turn it with a screwdriver. We're gonna find a screwdriver. There you go. That's why the distributor doesn't want to sit down all the way. Good fight there going on. And I just can't even get in there. One-handed is all you get. Yeah, I have a feeling that's probably where the last owner gave up on it. And I went and put it back together. I'm going to see possibly if I could retrieve that out of there. Do we have a choice now, right? That's why I was sitting so high. I knew something wasn't right. Just didn't want to admit it. There's nothing to grab onto. I gotta take this bracket off. That's what it's hitting. Arms that were about 6 inches longer. We get a better look at that, make sure there's no damage. We gotta line up the spline on the bottom too. I can do this without blinding you, but right in there, I've got a couple of white dots lined up. I am hoping that is top dead center, number one. So I can install that distributor drive so that number one is where it should be. I gotta go look that up though, because the engine is backwards compared to a regular Beetle. It's a mid-engine, so the transmission is behind the engine instead of in front of the transmission. It all depends on how you look at it. But anyway, so it's a little kittywampus from what I used to, so I gotta do a little bit of homework. My dyslexic me will kick in and I'll have it exactly perfect, but opposite. So we're up under the driver's side of the car in the rear. I popped the valve cover off. See if you could see. The two rockers that are the closest to you. Let me swap hands. This one and this one. Both have play. So that means they are on the compression stroke, because every time you turn the crank, it's either on the compression or it's open. It's clearing itself out. So when you're setting the time in on the rotor, it has to be pointing at number one cylinder when it's on a compression stroke. So that's what I'm just checking to make sure I was in the right spot, and I am. I can't get my hands in there correctly now, but I was wiggling them around. They sounded kind of. Hold on. There we go. They have a huge gap that's in them. I'm going to leave it alone though. I don't know if this has hydraulic lifters in it or not. Sometimes they have hydraulic lifters, but they're still adjustable. I know the 2 liters are. Anyway, so we'll keep that in mind. If we run it later on, it's really, really tappy and it doesn't go away, we'll blame it on that. I get my little poker going. So that white mark right there is where the cap sits for number one distributor, you know, the plug wire, that where the white is, that should sit right there. So I'm at top dead center on compression stroke, and the rotor is facing number one cylinder, so that should be close enough to fire. I think I'm off one tooth. I should be able to have the vacuum advance, I think maybe a little bit more this way. Again, it should be good enough to run that. Looks like it'll be right at top dead center, because I don't know what the future of this is. If I go to switch it over to a carb, like if the computer doesn't work and all that kind of crap, this engine can get switched over to a carb setup, and then the distributor, the stock distributor for Beetle, will fit right in here, and I don't need any of this. So enough of my excuses, right? I need the cap and stuff back on there. Well, the fuel injection, I'm not expecting to work, but if we have spark and we can crank it, it should fire if we dribble a little bit of fuel in it. Let's see what happens. See if it spins first. Let's go. Rotate it a little bit. We're going to give it a little bit more, and then we're going to look into it's only firing on, sounds like one. Let's go rotate it back this way, see if that helps it. It's like so close. I'm gonna start to cool down. I'm gonna check a couple of things and we'll get back at it. It's been a little bit. It didn't do anything. Let's. Ooh, I almost fell. Give it a little prime. And we'll kick it even maybe a little further. Where's my start button? I have a feeling we have to go pull that starter. We'll see. Come on, come on up. Run on one. It's got about 5 horsepower right now. I'm gonna let it run for a second, see if it's running on the injector. Was that kind of a run? Yeah. I wonder if we got like bad plugs or plug wires. It just seems like it's, again, just firing on one cylinder. I think somebody just got evicted out of the muffler. Yeah. Moving day for you. It's been a while. I want to say 2 hours. Ran some errands and I unclamped the passenger's fuel lines over here. Let's just go give her a quick fire over and see what we get. Shoot her back. Oh. It's not going to do anything if we don't plug the wires back in. Kind of wonder if they fire a couple of times. I know it's not going to happen, but if they fire a couple of times, maybe they'll want to play better. I did get other ones, but if you guys know how much of a pain in the ass it was to change those. All right, let's give her. Didn't like that at all, did it? Kind of sounds like a spark plug's missing. Well, it's running on them, but either it has a blown head gasket or some other issue is going on. I jacked up the passenger side and I see it spitting some fluid on the floor right there. And let's go see what we got. So that is dripping right out of number 3 cylinder. Get the light on you, hold on. Yeah. Number 4. Right? Spin the engine around. Yeah, number 4. I would suspect we probably have blow-by, which is, there's no head gasket on these engines. It's just the cylinders. Steel cylinders are touching an aluminum head and they kind of crush down. I don't know on a 1700 if they have an issue with pulling studs or not, but again, this was parked for having a poor run issue, and we're just taking somebody else's word for what it was or their opinion of what it was. So that may be the case. Let's go unveil this valve cover and see if we can see any of the studs that either the nuts are loose or just backed off. Pretty good indication. What could also happen is they physically just burn a hole. get in there some other way. These are not fun cars to work on. Well, all fun to work on. They're just, it's an easy car to work on, let's put it that way. So close. There we go. Let's see what prices we got on this side. You're not gonna be able to see it, but I tell you one thing: the inside of that engine is spotless. So it really is. I don't know if you guys. It's clean. Too bad the rest of it looks like crap, huh? I didn't pull the plugs out of it, but the plugs are in. It's not like you're literally falling out. I don't see a huge exhaust leak. An exhaust leak wouldn't sound like that anyway. It literally sounds like it's running. It could even have a hole blown right through. Who knows? I don't know what's going on up above that. You guys can see maybe. You see anything going on up there? Go back there. Because so many tins in the way too. So right about, actually right where you can see that aluminum kind of poking out right there. That's where the split is. That's where the, another inch in is where the cylinder head ends. I just kind of wonder what's going on right there. I don't see, I think I was suspecting to see that the studs have pulled out. I don't know, can we see up here at all? Yeah, you can actually see one of the studs at least, what I'm talking about. I am going to go throw an extension on them real quick. Just give them a little snug, make sure any of them didn't back off. There you go, you can see the side of the cylinder head. Can't see on the wood. I'm going to peek that direction and see if I can see anything. And usually you'd see it like right here. See like a bunch of, essentially you see like an exhaust burn. Trying to look at what all this is right here. Yeah. The other side. Definitely can hear it on the passenger side though. I don't think it was the driver. I think it was missing a spark plug on the driver's side. I wonder if we get the two plugs out, possibly get a compression test in there and we'll spin it that way. Might be a way to tell which one's the failure. Yeah, let's see if that, get on it. Let's see if that one stud takes any kind of That's tight. That's not the case. And that's only one of them. There's a whole another upper set. You can't see they're up above the tins. But that's not it. Let's eyeball it. I'm going to fire it up one more time. I'm going to eyeball it from this side. And we'll give it a listen. See what happens. I need a stool. Yeah, what did I want to try to do? I lost it all together. Nothing's knocked off, right? I'm gonna check for spark. Looking right there. I don't see anything. Let's go kill those lights real quick. Oh yeah, no, it's there. I can literally see, I don't know if you guys are, yeah, you probably just missed it by a little bit. You can literally see it shooting around this spark plug. Let's go pull that plug out. Maybe it's just cross-threaded in there or something goofy. There's a plug out of that cylinder. It's running a tad rich or a tad fouled focus. I'm gonna grab a compression tester now, check that out. Compression tester's in there. And I took the plug wire right out so there's no spark stains here. Let's see what we get. It might start, might not. Yeah. I am definitely going to say it's... Oh. It popped the gauge off at 60. I'm going to try it again. Let's go see. Yeah, compression's fine. That is just weird. Could be the other cylinder yet too, though. Yeah, 125, 130. The other one was number 3 cylinder. This is number 4. Not as wet as the other one, but you know, carpened up a little bit. See what that one does for compression. And let's get number 4 shot. That's fine, 125 or so. Also, I think it's leaking out of the top of the cylinder head. It's my guess. This engine's loaded with nuts and everything else inside the tins. It's all filled up with mouse and squirrel and chipmunk nests. So it has to come apart anyway. And I have a feeling that might have been what the original problem was. Maybe it overheated and was making that noise and starting to run like crap. It could still have compression. If I saw a cylinder that was at like 60 psi, I can confirm it. It could still be like that, still leaking around the cylinder head, making that noise, but hard to say. Well, let's go make fire again, see what it does. We'll keep playing with it. I know some people are going to comment that it's the injectors. They do not go into the compression chamber. They are not that kind of injector. It goes into the intake manifold. There's really no pressure there. Not saying that it's not leaking back to an intake valve and kind of making a popping noise, but it's not the injector that is going into the compression chamber and it's leaking around that. It's just not how it functions. All right, let's go see if it'll go. running. I think it's running on the injectors too. Trying to hear where that's coming from. But yeah, it's not running on the fuel I put in there. Yeah, it's definitely coming from this over in this area. I feel puffing. Right down there. Right there. Below that spark plug hole. I think the intake manifold is 620 right there. Try it out. Moving out. Running. We should be able to put it through the gears. That tire's up in the air. Let's go. Okay. I want to check the trans out real quick. I want to run it through the gears. Two. 3 is gushy. I was either 3 or 5. 4. And reverse 5 speed. So it's first. What our fuel leak's doing. Looks like it's drying up. So it's got an exhaust leak right under the intake because it's real hot too. The air coming out is hot. It's not like it's a cold puff. Alright, let's go shut it off. Charging lights on, oil lights off. Let's go see if we get, we do not, it might come on in a second. Yeah, like the oil light's working. Yeah, okay, good. So oil pressure's good. This, I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that because I know that's not true. Just saying. Nice. Can we start it with the key? Nice. It's alive. It's got a nice rhythm to it. The roof squeaks. Yeah, so under that plug, it's leaking. Is it missing? It's like blowing hot right there. What is that? That's next to the intake. That hole right there. What is that? That's a port to the exhaust. What would have went in there? That's where it's coming, popping right out of. Let's see if I could jam something in there and see if it goes away. Oh, stinks. Like mouse ass, burnt mouse ass. I can see it, but I got that big ugly bolt looking thing. That right there, sitting in there. Let's go fire it back up and see if it goes away from a plug wire. Again, I still don't know what that's to. I'm not familiar with these, but that's how you get familiar with them, right? You screw with them. Let's see if it'll fire up the key. I think it's a little quieter. Take it out so the big gets louder. Yeah. That's where it is, right there. I don't know what that is yet, but that's the source of our noise. Nice. Let's go put a wheel on it. Shall we? If in the off chance it decides to go poof, your job is to put it out while I run away, film it. Alright, see she goes. Got two different size tires in the back, no brakes. I don't even know if this thing has an e-brake. I don't think so. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go shut it off in gear and use that for our stopping force if we could shut the door. We're in, I think. Where's the e-brake hiding in this thing? You see it? Worst case, I'll jam the brake pedal on, but I really don't want to hit it. Nope, it's not in the middle like a bug. Well, we'll worry about that at the time when it needs it. Can you even see? You guys are kind of low. I got no power. Got nothing. No juice. I didn't get it work too good now, is it? My battery's just the jumper pack. And the ground came off. Let's go put you right up there. Yeah, kind of sitting a little low. You might need a booster seat. I think the door's shut. Okay, one should be towards me. House third, that's why. That's first. Prop you up a little bit if I can. Uh-oh. I shut it off. Turn it back on. No, don't do it, I can't stop. I know him. That's a fire. I'm sure I could jam the brake pedal on and stop it, but I'm afraid I'll lock all the calipers up when I go and do that. This is a dead-end road too. I'm surprised to even see a car on it. I want to goose it so bad, but I can't. How's that? Alright, second. That's second. Should be first. I'm gonna try hitting the brakes once I get inside. Either that or shut it off. See what happens. It's a little squeaky. They work. Well guys, I got to the point I wanted to. I'm glad it does run. All gear shift, it kind of stops. And you know, again, it's rough, it's really rough. But for what I paid for it, it's fine. And it's just unique. I like the stuff that's really cool and different. And I've never seen that before. Sucks to work on. Other than that, it's a pretty cool setup. That's a wheel that I had left upstairs. Threw it on there just so we had something to roll on. That's what it was running. The fuel leaks, you're not gonna be able to see them right now. The fuel leaks have stopped leaking. So the injector's firing. I don't know what happened, if they got seals or whatever on the inside that seated themselves or swelled up, but that stopped. She's dribbling a little. We all do when we get older. Yeah, it's got some drops going across the floor. A little puddle right there. Old age, we'll leave it up to. But with that, guys, I want to thank all you for hanging out with me. I had some fun with it. It's a little frustrating to work on this one to film it, but I don't know. It's cool and different in its own ways. A little bit of shark looking, or catfish, probably more the correct term for it. But I'm happy I grabbed it. I'm gonna go put it in my stash. I'm not gonna restore it, rebuild it. I'm gonna look for another car, probably put the two of them together. We'll see where it goes from there, see what kind of kicks up in the near future. And for now, probably I'll put it in a shipping container maybe, and go from there. It'll be fun to take it to a Porsche show the way it is. All right, guys. With that, I'm gonna sign off. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with me. Really, just doing some wrenching in the garage and bringing some ratty junk back to life. Till the next one, I'll see you later. Bye. Yeah, one last walk around. Something good for the thumbnail, you know? Better with the top on it. The light's getting it though. You think right there? Had a good thumbnail? I agree. Probably could have closed the hood.